Before aminaplease, you want to know what my username was? I don't even want to say it. So I started selling that on Depop. Tell me why I started doing nails. Actually went on to become my first ever piece that I released through Unema.co. What was I trapping? When was I trapping? Who was the trap? I had made all these pieces in 1 week. I just wasn't good at it. And now we're getting to the good part. I was ahead of my time. I was ahead of my time. I didn't think I was going places with this. Hey guys, it's Amina. Welcome back to my channel. Empty bucket. What is up, you guys? It's Amina. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time here, hi, welcome. I'm Amina. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. Today I'm coming to you guys with a very special video. I wanted to do this because I haven't seen a lot of people do it and I thought it would be maybe a nice trend or something. Let me know if you guys like this, but I actually wanted to walk you guys through my creative timeline. It's not something I've ever seen before, but I know like a lot of creatives, once you are creative, you've always been a creative. And as a creative, you know, you go through different ventures, different seasons where you try different things. And I love that social media is entering a new age of transparency. I'm not gonna lie. I have been stuck in the whole, you know, only showing the best, not letting people see your cracks, but I have found like so much as I grow that it's important to see other people who I look up to show their flaws and see ways that we can all grow together. So speaking of that, let's hop right in. I wrote down all my notes here and of my creative timeline, and guys, I got pictures. Like, I got pictures. One thing we're good at is documenting. So every single fail, every single journey was definitely documented. So let us start. My first ever creative venture, I would say, was a YouTube channel. So you guys know I just started this one in February, but this, like I said in my first video, is not my first channel. It's actually my third. If this is not a full circle moment, I don't know what is. Let's go back, let's go back. After obviously my YouTube channel, my little YouTube debut, I did move to London in 2012. So 2012 I moved to London and I had no sense of style. Especially we wore uniform in secondary school. So like the most I would do to like definitely like spice it up was wear a bandana, guys. I would wear this blue bandana every single day of school, guys. I don't know who sent me, but I'm not gonna lie, I was insecure about my forehead, as most black girls get bullied in school for their forehead. So I thought that it would be great to just wear a bandana every day. There is literally a reason why they say UK girls do makeup and hair the best. It's because we literally start young. I remember in 2015, when I was in secondary school, year 9, that's like the 9th grade, the eyebrows, they were blocks, okay? Heck no, we have to go to school looking like this. Like this, yeah. And UK girls, we stick to something. Like, we just don't give up when it's bad. We don't expect to start good. We think it's good at the time. Trust me, I thought I was the baddest girl walking around with these eyebrows. In 2015, like I was 15 years old. In 2016, I remember the exact date, September 24th in 2016, my friends and I went to a Burberry fashion house exhibit in London. Into the pics. Because why did we think we were the baddest things? We didn't think we were the baddest things walking. We were the baddest things walking. And that's what I love about London, is that you're so free to like go and explore things like that, and like you feel like you're that girl because you are that girl, you know what I mean? Here at 16, I can't imagine going to like fashion exhibits and stuff like that with my friends, but in London it was a norm. When I started sixth form, I didn't go to a sixth form that was near me. I decided to go to a sixth form that was 45-minute commute from my house because it was in Stratford. So Stratford, if you don't know, they have like a big Westfield mall. It's like in the middle of London, like busy. And I wanted to go to a sixth form that was where everybody was at. When I started going there, guys, every single day after school or every single break, I was in the mall. I was in all, like, they had Topshop, they had Forever 21, they had Urban Outfitters, they even got a Misguided at one point, Zara, all them, H&M. I was there. And just insert the changing room pictures, because I became a changing room fiend, bro. Like, I was in the changing room every single. So this was kind of like the start towards me like trying to figure out my own individual style and everything like that. Like, yeah, and I hated sixth form. Shout out to my bestie Tiana, because she was the real fashion icon. Fast forward to December of 2016, in my first year of sixth form still, I met a girl named Jennifer and we started a YouTube channel. So this was my second attempt towards this whole influencer-ish thing. One of my first ever influencer post was March of 2017. I'll insert, I don't know if I'm gonna put the picture. Okay, I'll put the picture. It was a slimming tea. We all know that era of Instagram. It was a slimming tea, and I took a little picture like, I don't think I ever drank that tea before. So it was fake influencer life, first of all, but it was cute. It was cute while it lasted. Actually, fun fact, and this is the most embarrassing thing ever. You guys don't even want to know. I don't think I'm even gonna say it. Before I was aminaplease, I had another username, and I changed it while I was in sixth form because it was quite embarrassing. I don't know what made me think of this username, but before aminaplease, you want to know what my username was? I don't even want to say it. It was Young Trap Lord. It was young. No, it was underscore young with no U, just U, YNG, Trap Lord. Who was I trapping? When was I trapping? Who was the trap? Did I even know what trap was? First of all, I'm so embarrassed because I don't know what I was thinking. I think like the Americanness got to me a little. I was like, yeah, I gotta come out with a bad Instagram name. Young Trap Lord? Did my parents raise a trapper? It was in sixth one that I changed my name to aminaplease. I have no idea how I thought about it. It just was like aminaplease. Also in 2017, this is where my fashion started to take a little spin. I started reworking a lot. So me and my sisters would go thrifting all the time in the UK. Not like the huge thrift shops, but you know, they're like charity shops. So I would get like skirts from Primark and stuff like that, and I will rework them. So I'll insert some pictures of like my first rework stuff. Like I have so much documentation because I was just so young and excited to like put my own creative spin on stuff, and that's how like Unema even started. So my brand Unema is like based on rework and all that kind of stuff. Shout out to my friend Yuande. She would like, I think she paid me like £10 at one point to like distress some of her jeans, like the bottom, and I feel like that's how like it really started. Like a lot of things started for me, and I literally can only thank God for that, is that I know how to do things that other people don't. And then a lot of people are just like, oh, just do them for me. So a lot of the things I would wear, people would be like, oh my God, where'd you get that? And I'm like, I actually made it. And they're like, make one for me. And I'm okay. Let's fast forward to June 2017, the patch era. We know the patch and the fishnet under the jeans era. The DIY YouTube started, and the girlies were doing the iron-on patches. That was me ripping my jeans. That was an era for me. Come on. I moved back to America from London in 2017, and let's have a moment of silence. This was the last creative thing I did in London, I swear. I didn't think I was going places with this. Oh my gosh, I did like this look. It was like a double denim moment where like I flipped the jeans and made it a top. You can't tell me this was an innovation. Look at that. I was that girl. And I shout out to my sister Iman. She was always my photographer. I stopped going to sixth form, and then I just moved back to America. So I was really desperate to be, not desperate, but some creativity comes out of desperation. Oh yes, in 2018, okay, in 2017, let's say I moved around the summertime. Towards the winter time, I decided that I was gonna start a blog. So your girl was a blogger. So all you DC bloggers out here, you're looking at the original right here. I actually started a blog because I always consider myself more of a writer than a talker. You guys hear a lot on this channel or my other social medias. I'm always like, I'm not good at talking, I'm not good at this. I tend to ramble and all that kind of stuff, but I'm working on it. Like in 2022, I already told myself I'm working on it. God has literally gave me the power of influence. He wants me to be sharing my stories and my testimonies on my platform. So I feel like I can't use that excuse anymore. But in 2018, so New Year's that day, I did drop aminaplease.com. It was a huge thing for me personally. Like it was definitely a huge thing. I made it a huge thing because I was so proud of it. On that blog, like it really did kickstart my like creativity. I was like 18 at the time. So like I posted a whole bunch of stuff. February 2018, I was working and then I saved up enough money for my first ever sewing machine. So I actually bought my first ever sewing machine in 2018, and that's when I first made something for other than myself. And when I tell you guys, it was the worst experience ever. It was for my mom and my aunt. It was like an Ashby, so you know, they had like a print, and she was like, oh, my daughter sews, so I don't have to go to a seamstress. Huh? I just bought my machine, and my mom literally scarred me, like, cause she was so, my mom is quite strict, but now we have like a good relationship. But she was like, this is too small, you need to do this like this. She expected me to be a pro when I literally just bought my sewing machine. Like, calm down. Anyways, she scarred me, but then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do stuff for other people for a little while. I internalize opinions and stuff, and I'm just like, do they like it? I hope they like it. I hope they like it. And yeah, it's just too much stress. It's just too much stress for me. I literally spent the summer of 2019 doing a lot of rework. So I used to post my transformational post on Instagram. Okay, now we're getting to the good part. In 2019, my sisters and I actually founded our first ever like business company. It was actually under Unema Studios. You guys might know Unema as my clothing brand, Unema.co. But Unema, fun fact, Unema started as Unema Studios, where we kind of had like a gifting slash personalizing stuff business. So we kind of like did a lot of gift baskets. I'll insert some pictures, gift baskets and personalized items for branding purposes and stuff like that. But it was so fun for us, and yeah, it was really a great way for me to express myself creatively. We did like Christmas ornaments, Christmas stockings for a while. Like Unema Studios was that girl, and she's coming back. I said it now, I said it now. Unema Studios, y'all gonna see some more of her. This is where we get the juice. This is where we get the tea. In 2020, as we know, quarantine, as we know, we had all these different stuff going on with the pandemic. I feel like a lot of people can relate to the business ventures we tried during 2020. Tell me why I started doing nails. I got a whole nail kit. I probably spent like $300 on an Amazon cart to get everything you need to start doing nails, guys. That went nowhere. I practiced. My mom hated the smell of monomer. She was like, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to do it outside of my house. Like, that was just not for me. I just wasn't good at it. April 2020, I actually started TikTok, and a lot of you guys are probably here from TikTok, but I started TikTok and you would not believe it. I did not start TikTok as a beauty influencer, as anything I'm doing now. I actually started TikTok with the rework. I actually bamboozled my followers because a lot of them are here now because of like, I just post like cute videos and stuff, but it actually started with me doing fashion rework and like posting my creations and like step-by-step tutorials, and then like I kind of just got lazy. First like 500,000 views was based on like some pants that I made, and they were like a dupe of the Veterans pants. Veterans? Is it called Veterans? A lot of the rework I did, a lot of people were like, I want one, I want one, I want one. And this is also another way God tricked me into like doing these things that I do now, is that I started, like I said in the beginning, remember when I said like I started doing something for myself, and then people were like, I want one, and then it turned into like monetary gain. I started doing like the printed like manga on the t-shirts, and so many people fell in love with that, so I started selling that on Depop, and then I started selling a whole bunch of other stuff. 2020 is when I really started taking my graphics seriously. So like I've always been in love with like everything Adobe when it comes to Photoshop, Premiere Pro, InDesign, everything like that. So I started taking my graphics seriously, and I started a page which was Unema. I started a page called aminaplease.zip, which was like all my like graphics and rendering and everything like that, and I was consistent on it for a very long time. And one of the edits that I actually made, this edit I made actually went on to become my first ever piece that I released through Unema.co, and it was called Celestial Beings, and it was just amazing. So Unema.co started, and I was so excited. They were excited. So what I did was I just did a pre-order. Before I even done that though, shout out to By Tunde on Instagram. He actually was coming into town. He lives in New York, but he was coming into town. At this time, I did not have any pieces. Like, I didn't have any pieces. I had some materials, but like nothing that I was too focused on. He said, okay, I'm gonna give you this day. And I said, okay, what I'm gonna do is make like 10-15 pieces, go crazy on them, and have my friends like shoot them for me. So like we booked a place, Airbnb in DC, and for like 3 days, and like I had made all these pieces in 1 week, guys. Shout out to my sister Ralia who vlogged it, so you guys can always check out that vlog. I'll put it right here if you guys want to see that. But that was 2020. That was actually before Unema was even a thing. And he was like, he took all these crazy pictures. Like, Tunde is so talented. He wanted to post the pictures right, and he was like, so what's the name? And I was like, shoot, what's the name? What's the name? There was no name yet because Unema wasn't even a thing. But I always had the name Unema in mind because it's our last name spelled backwards, and I wanted it to be something I utilized all of us. Of course, I was the only one who were physically making the clothes, but I always say my sisters contribute into everything I do, like everything behind the scenes, because I'm one of the most stressed people in this world. But like I would literally say like my family is always behind me in everything that I do. So to have like that type of name be what Unema would stand for, like a unified front, to be honest. I dropped January 12th, 2021. So 12/01/12, which is also my nephew's birthday, so it was really significant for us. So I put all the pictures there and it was so exciting, guys. I dropped the pieces that were already available that I shot with. So all the pieces I shot, those sold out so quickly, like I want to say in the first day or the second day, and then I had pre-orders come out for the celestial being. I did that and then boom, your girl crashed. Like I crashed because after the celestial beings launched, I had so many pre-orders. I don't even know how many. I can't even count, like too many. And I just said, okay, I'm gonna close the pre-orders because I started to really feel the withdrawals of like making stuff for me and just making it for monetary gain. And I feel like a lot of creatives can they could really relate to that. It's like when you start to do something that you love it so much, it's passion, and people start to like want to gain from it monetary, so they want it from you. So you start to mass produce it, and then you really crash. Like you feel like you can't do it anymore because it's not expressing yourself creatively anymore. You feel like a machine just doing the same thing over and over again. It's like, I don't want to do it anymore, and you start to detach your love from it, and I hate that whole feeling. So I did experience that before, and I knew what was happening, so I decided to take a whole break from Unema. I hate that. I hate that I did take a break, but it was a break well needed. I decided to travel like crazy last year. I did start to stumble into UX UI design. So in 2020, end of 2020, I started to study UX UI design. I feel like I have been like a content creator personally for a very long time, but when I started TikTok, I started becoming more consistent because I saw numbers, and then that kind of just fell back onto Instagram. And I would say in the last year is when I really started to take Instagram a little more seriously. I decided to choose quality over quantity. So I do post consistently, but when I do post, I'm making sure that they're very good quality. And yes, right now in my creativeness, in my creative venture, I would say I'm in a few things. Of course, you guys see my main thing is that I'm a content creator on my own channel, on my own platforms, aminaplease on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And that's something I'm very passionate about and consistent with. But I also do work with other companies and brands for when it comes to developing their own social media. So you guys know about the lovely house I'm in. I always brag about her because she is the best thing ever. I do work with Prestige Residential. I'm one of their main brand ambassadors. I work with a few other brands when it comes to like posting and editing for them, making digital marketing tools as like Instagram posts and like promotional posts and everything like that. And yeah, I'm really in that space where I'm doing a lot for me, but I'm also doing a lot for others, and I cannot complain. I just obviously want to really like emphasize how important it is, like for me right now, as I'm growing on all these different journeys, as I'm in new seasons actively all the time. It's really important for me right now to be very transparent, and I love that social media is stepping into that age too, because we were in a very long time an age where all we showed was the good, the glamour, the beautiful and everything, and no one ever saw our cracks. But behind the scenes we were cracking. Like we need to connect with ourselves on that level, connect with God, within God. So how can people see God within you if they don't see the real you? Like there was literally a service on that last week, and it was so important to me because I want to be an influencer that is not just like, oh, she's so pretty, oh, she's so this, oh, she's living her best life. I want you guys to see the good and the bad, and I'm practicing doing that, and I really hope I inspire more creatives and influencers to do the same, because what are we really influencing if it's not the truth, you know? My life is definitely not always glamorous, and it's not always like roses and sunshines, and I don't always have the most money in my pocket as I will present myself to, but it's important to also portray that so people know that, of course, like we're all human, you know, we don't have to look up to these false idols. We look up to God, and as I am God's child, would love to be one of his walking disciples, walking testimonies into how we can all make it to where his purpose for us is, based on like what we're doing. So yes, that concludes this long I hope this video isn't long. I truly hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this inspires you. I hope this inspires a lot of influencers. This was my creative timeline. We all have different seasons, but they all lead up to a purpose, and we can only pray that purpose fulfills God. Thank you guys for watching again. It's Amina, and I am out. Bye.